Okay, so breaking news that was just unfolding. I had to postpone the beginning of filming because there was still news unfolding, and I was like, "Girl, Chris, hold on a second. There's journalism unfolding as we speak right now." So we got started a little late this morning, but I have the answers for you guys. And basically, this was breaking news. This was something that was happening in near where I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. And basically, this woman, she was on her TikTok and she posted a video and they were digging to do like some yard work at her house that she had just bought. And in the process of it, they're digging on this tree and they hit something. It was a rug in the ground. And the tree that was on top of it was like a blood something tree. Like it said, like there was the label and it said like blood tree or something like that. And so everyone on the internet was like, girl, you got a body in your yard. So there was a lot happening with this and everything. So she calls the police come, they're like, listen, we're like not going to investigate it. There's not enough proof. We don't know. Well, then it gets spooky. And we love spooky and we love twists and turns like this. So then she goes to bed that night. She wakes up the next morning and her office has been ransacked. Her laptop, the screen is shattered. But security footage shows that no one broke in the house. Nobody went to the room overnight. Nothing happened. So now she got a ghost. Yeah. So now everyone on the internet is like, oh my God, this is the ghost of the body that's under the rug.
It's the ghost of the body.
Yes, exactly. So then at this point, the story has blown up so big on the internet that the Columbus Homicide Department is like, we want to come out, we want to investigate, but we're going to send 2 cadaver dogs there first. So the cadaver dogs come. Both dogs, at 2 different occurrences, sat down over the spot, which meant there's a body.
Oh, my God.
So this morning, the police department stayed at her house all night long to guard and make sure nothing happened. And then this morning, they started to, dig up the ground, whatever it's called, where they dig all that up. And
excavate or whatever.
Excavate, that's the word I was trying to think of. Yes. So that's what's happening on the live. This is why I was like, Chris, I was like, hold on a second, I'm getting the answers. And basically there was 140,000 people in the live this morning watching this unfold. Nobody, just a rug on the ground. No clue why the dog sat. No clue why the ghost was ghosted. No clue why nothing happened.
No, I don't believe it.
I know. Well, the rug still has to be tested. There wasn't any signs of blood stains or anything, I guess, but it still needs to be tested because why did the dog sit? What happened? And they've done some research on the house, and there's literally only been one owner before her. So, crazy, juicy story. I mean, I say juicy now because it seems like there's not really a dead body, but wow.
There is a dead body. This person who's dead does not want to be found. There is a reason behind this. I am convinced that there is a body somewhere, or that why would the dogs both sit on it?
Exactly.
Maybe there was a dead body in that rug, and then they ditched the body somewhere and then put the rug. Was it a really old rug or was it fairly new?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
But don't you love the kind of journalism that we bring up here in the Blonde Highlights podcast? The level of, level of deepness we go into the journalism.
It's breaking news.
It literally was breaking news.
It's breaking news. And we're the first ones to bring it to you, other than that live. I don't know. Why is her office being haunted?
I don't know.
This is creepy. There is something going on, or this lady is hiding a secret. She is probably hiding a big secret.
Well, everyone in the live was like, they were like teasing her. They were saying that like, oh, she killed somebody. She did it, and she's trying to cover it up. And she said when she got nervous because all the police were there, and she's like, all these people were accusing me of like doing something.
Oh my God. That is terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine?
I would have to move. Like if I dug something up in my backyard like that and there was a possibility that there was a dead body, bye. I'm moving. I'm moving towns, in fact. I'm not staying. I don't care if it's my family home. No.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
But it always finds that way.
Adios.
Yeah. Get up out of there. But I just, the girl was just like, well, she's like, I'm glad that everything's okay. But I can't imagine what was going. She said she had like she was eating in the live, and she's like, I haven't been able to eat in like 24 hours because I've been so freaked out.
I don't trust her. I don't trust this woman. She's pulling a heist before all of our eyes.
You think so?
I don't trust situations like this. I don't. I don't know. I feel something.
You feel something?
Yeah, she's pulling the wool like in front of everybody's eyes.
Okay.
I don't.
What if she is involved? What if it is this whole serial killer situation? There's a lot of serial killers in Ohio, by the way. What if it's this entire situation and there is a 5-part Hulu documentary breaking all this down, and that this is like one of the first like big things to happen like in this case, and we were the first to report it here on the Blonde Highlights podcast.
And we solved the crime in like 2 seconds.
Oh, exactly. Did you ever see that one that was like "Don't F with Cats"? That documentary.
Yes.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
It was like these people from the internet got involved and started investigating, and they like tracked this person down who killed these cats, and then eventually people on a worldwide manhunt.
They found a clue that I picked up on. I think it was this show that had it, where they were like a certain type of cigarette. They saw the cigarette pack, and that cigarette pack, they were able to pinpoint what country that person was in.
Canada.
It was something like that. And I remember watching it, and I was like, oh my God, those are like whatevers. Because, we all know I used to be a smoker.
Yeah.
And then after, like, they were able to pin it or something. But I was like, I feel like I'm a detective. Like, I want to be an internet sleuth.
Yeah. It really is.
Sleuthing is like a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thing.
That girl, what was her screen name? Miss Move Body?
I don't know.
Miss Move Body 69. She solved the mystery.
Oh my God. So what else is going on over there? What's new?
What's new? Okay, well, one thing. I want to say this. Okay, Chris, I don't know what your Instagram right now is just popping off. These photos, like, I am like, okay, am I just like scrolling through Vogue? Like, what is going on here? She's serving full fashion. She's serving luxe lifestyle. She's serving spookiness for October on the one post. She was like, and this is not planned. Like, I literally was just scrolling through her Instagram, and I'm like, God damn. Like, she is really pushing things to like a whole other level. Like, I was like, Vogue is calling. Like, they're like, girl, we're jealous. We need you to come, help us.
Oh my God, I love you. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? I've been working with this street photographer, Anna, and it all just kind of came up because, like, we all know I took the summer off, and then I was like, I want to start posting things that I actually enjoy doing, because I was doing all these, like, reels, and I was like, this isn't me at all. So I was like, I just want to have fun and not care and just see what happens. And I started working with Anna, and her creative eye was like scouting all these locations to do street style. So I started ordering some outfits, and like, yeah, I don't know. Her photos are amazing. And I've been trying really hard to like wear things that I really like and not that I just think I should wear because it's trending. So, oh my God, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I was like, this is amazing. It's funny, like, sometimes with, like, friends of mine who do, like, social media kind of stuff, sometimes it's like, I'm like, so did you bring someone else on? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, I can tell it different and like artistic, kind of stuff. Like my one friend, I'll be like, oh, are you working with a new photographer, new makeup artist? Like, what's going on? Because I see like not even that it's like better or worse. I just see a different in style a little bit, or whatever. But no, but like I was just like, okay, she's really like she really put her whole like Chris is really putting her whole everything into these images, and I was like, yes. Aww. She was serving confident. She was serving. You. There one photo I was like, is this Anna Nicole Smith? Like Miss Anna Nicole, modern Anna Nicole. Like I'm sure you get that too much, but okay.
I love you. Thank you. No, we can definitely we can talk about how amazing my Instagram is anytime. I never get compliments on it. I love
okay, one other little catch up story. You're gonna die. It's just weird things happen to me, and it's funny because, and just being in Hollywood, there's always famous people around, kind of, because everyone's has some right to fame, I guess. But this story it's not that serious, but it is kind of a little downer. So I was at the 7-Eleven like I do, I was not getting snacks. I was just getting an electrolyte drink because sometimes she feels dehydrated, even though I drink a ton of water. So I was in there grabbing my little stuff, and I see this very famous trans girl that she was on RuPaul's Drag Race and whatever, Gia Gunn. And so I hear this guy calling her a fag and saying homophobic slur, just saying different things. And I'm like, no, because first of all, I know everybody working in the 7-Eleven on a first name basis. They got my bag. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to have my she don't know me, but I'm going to have her back. So I popped my head around the corner. I was like, pop around the corner. I was like, girl, I got you. I got you. We will fight this man if we have to.
I love it. You're like, not in my hometown, bitch.
Not in my 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Yeah. This is my 7-Eleven. God damn it. This is my safe space. Get away from them Slurpees.
You're gonna have to sage that place now. Your actual second home.
I know. I was like, okay, first of all, this is WeHo. That is the Dolls 7-Eleven. That's where we all go. In safety and peace. Yes. And we know Miss Angel behind the counter is going to keep us safe.
Oh my God. So what ended up happening?
Nothing.
Nothing. Do you think though she'll come on the podcast though to talk about it?
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't she? I don't get it. Why wouldn't she? I do think she is kind of low key a neighbor, but.
Oh my God. Yeah. If you bump into her, you guys now have this thing you can talk about.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm here with that town with the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, and then you can be like, hey, you know what? I actually got this podcast. Let's share our stories.
No, exactly.
This is how it happens, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at you having her back. I love that.
We gotta stick together in here.
Yeah, you're like, we're not here to play in my 7-Eleven.
Not in his. No, you gotta go down to another 7-Eleven for that mess.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you?
Okay, so I'm preparing for my trip to LA, which I leave in 2 sleeps. So I don't know if you can see, I'm going to hold it up to the phone, but I have little nail diamonds on my nails because I just came from the nail salon and they were taking forever, and the lady was like, I'll give you a diamond. And I was like, what? And she just like put these diamonds on my nails. And I was like, she's like, you were so patient. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, I'm not really supposed to have these on my nails, but you know what? I kind of like it because my nails are always cream, you know, like a nice cream color for work. And now they have a little
sparkle,
bedazzle on them.
a little bedazzle. I love that. Like, is it getting caught in your hair though?
You know what? I'm sure they're only going to last like a couple days. Like these will be off probably before I see you.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I've just been going to all of my appointments. Like I've had to get them all done in 2 days. And so yesterday I had an IPL, which I recommend to anybody who has any sort of like sun damage or pigmentation. Go for a good IPL because those facials actually help. Like, have you ever been for a facial and then nothing happens or it just purges your skin and then you're just like left with the scars from that?
Yeah.
IPLs actually do something and you can notice a difference. So if you're going to invest in any facial, that's my advice. Do an IPL to start. But I'm getting tan today and just running around doing my appointments. But I have to tell you, I went to my waxing appointment yesterday. So I started waxing my legs in the summer, which I don't know. If you have had your legs waxed, you know. Like, you know it's not for the weak. Like, my first experience, I was like, I am going to die in here. It hurt so much. Like, the way that she was doing it, like she was putting it on, smoothing it out, and then very slowly starting to rip it, and then just intensely would rip it off. And I had so much bruising. Like, I was bleeding. It was terrible. I thought I'd never go back. But obviously I went back, and then I had a different girl wax me. And she was like, look, she's like, come in for a Brazilian. Okay? So I'm like, okay, now look, TMI, maybe, if this stuff makes you uncomfortable, fast forward, because I'm about to tell you guys a very humbling story. So this is my 4th time attempting a Brazilian, because every time I've went, I can't hack it. I just can't fucking hack the pain. So I went, and I honestly, like, nobody can prepare you for that pain. And I put a numbing cream on, but it was only like 10 minutes before I was going in. I didn't know you had to put it on an hour before. And I got in, and like, she was ready to get in there. And honestly, I like let out like a tiny whelp. This shit hurts so much. I thought my whole vagina was going to come off. I thought she was going to rip that thing right off me. I even said that to her. I'm like, did you just like pull it off? She's dying laughing. I'm like, what is happening? Before I went in, my fear was kind of like, and honestly, I was like, what if I get turned on? Like, what if she touches me and then I like it? You know, like, I don't know. And I didn't know, because I'm like, you know, she's like touching it, she's whatever. I'm like, whatever happened if I like it? No, that did not happen. There was too much pain, too much stuff going on. But I did not know this part of a Brazilian. And then she's doing it. I'm still on my back. And then all of a sudden, she's like, okay, I'm done. And I'm like, okay, cool. So she goes about my legs. At this point, I'm like, my eyes are closed. Like, this woman's fantastic. No pain with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, she flips me onto my stomach because I have to do, like, the back of my legs. And she's like, okay, now spread your butt crack. And I'm like, what? She's like, spread your butt crack. She's like, I have to finish. This part's included your Brazilian. And I'm like, didn't you, like, she's like, no, honey. She's like, spread your butt crack.
Yeah.
The way you just have to lay there and just, like, open your butt. Fuck no. I'm like, is this normal? Like, and she's like, it's fine. I honestly, the way that felt in that moment, I was just like, I felt like a dead fish on that bed. I was just like laying there, helpless, hopeless. I'm kind of like flopping around. I'm like, this is too much. The most humbling experience of my life. Like, I was not expecting this. So, if you are ever considering going for a Brazilian, do it, but be prepared for that part, because honest to God, I didn't know. I didn't know. That's I don't know if you can tell, I'm still like a bit traumatized from it.
Uh-huh.
It was traumatizing.
So when they did the back part of the Brazilian, were you laying down or on all fours?
I was laying down.
Okay.
Like, I was laying down on my stomach.
Okay.
So then I had to kind of like lift my head and like kind of reach and like,
Yeah.
it was just not.
Yeah.
It was not good.
She should have had you.
Not a good scene.
She should have had you get like in doggy style position, which is humiliating, but it's easier.
I feel like that's like a little bit more dignified than laying down and spreading your ass open. Like, I can't. Like, I'm helping in this process. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
no. No. It was so much. And I was like, if I fart because I'm just like stressed or something, like, I don't know. Thank God I didn't. But yeah, I got through it. This is the first time I was able to get through it. So this woman knows what she's doing.
Yeah. So I worked at the salon for a little while, and I have so many waxing stories just from beauty school. But anyways, I worked at the salon, and there was a woman who worked there. Her name was Dolores. Love Dolores. And she did all the waxings. And so, like, she was trying to get, like, more male, like, waxing clients. Or I don't even know what the purpose was. I don't know why. I don't know why I did this. Thinking back, I'm like, that's a little weird. But, like, I was like, you should wax me. I don't know. So she, like, waxed my booty hole. And I worked one day. And I had to get on all fours and spread them. And she looked directly into the hole and waxed it. And
Your third eye.
yeah. And then so I like it was always after that. I'm like, well, she saw my booty hole. Like, we were connected. We were connected in such a way, knowing
There is a connection after. Like, there's a closeness, a trust. Like, something happens to the point where afterwards, when she's doing my legs, I'm just laying there with my eyes closed. I'm like, she can take the wheel. Like, I trust this woman with my life now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Now, okay, so here's the thing about waxing for me. Being a trans woman, hair removal is not a new thing. Like, it is a part of life. And in beauty school, I remember once, like, I was a boy, I had facial hair. We should have waxed my facial hair, like, several times because we were bored.
Oh, my God.
And
how painful is that?
I've even done that, like, as an adult, like, and I oddly love the pain from waxing. Not in, like, a weird sexual way, but just in a weird, like, picking a pimple kind of way. No, I know it's weird, but it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I'm into it. Like, it's like picking a pimple for me. I'm like, rip it, you know? And that's psychotic, but this is the truth.
I honestly, like, I can barely take my Band-Aid off without flinching. I have no pain tolerance. I hate the feel of waxing. When I started waxing my eyebrows at 14, I was, like, crying when I'd have to go in and get it done. I hated it.
Yeah, that was a gateway drug for me, was the eyebrows. And also at that time, we waxed a lot of hair off our eyebrows.
Oh, my God. I had, like, no eyebrows. They were so thin. Actually, I just recently went and had my eyebrows waxed. And, okay, here's the thing, is that I I'm very specific about my eyebrows, right? Like, I don't change my shape. I don't do much. Like, just clean it up, do the middle. That's it. Like, make them nice. And the last time I went, the girl was like, okay, so what do you want? I told her. She did it. And she completely thinned out the end of my eyebrows. And so when she showed me, I was like, that's a bit thinner than I was expecting. And she was just like, no, she's like, that's what you wanted. And I was like, no, I just asked for like a little cleanup, not to basically, I didn't say this, but like wax the ends of my eyebrows off. And she was just like, no, she's like, that's what you asked for. And then she just walked away. I was like, okay, like just gaslights me and then walks away.
That's crazy.
I was like, okay, so I guess I'm just like left in this chair. I'll just see myself out. It was so awkward. I'm like, okay. I mean, like I have, like if I point something out, I'm not necessarily pointing it out because I'm like, hey, like you did a shitty job. I'm kind of pointing it out because it's like, oh, like sort of like, how can we fix this? Or like, what do I do now? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not angry, but damn, yeah, no, she just pulled the whole gaslighting thing on me.
That's crazy that I hate when people kind of do that kind of thing. One back thing, have you ever done electrolysis or laser?
Yes.
What'd you think of that?
Yes. Okay, so I used to go to this place in Santa Monica and I loved it. I loved the actual experience of going because I loved the girls that were doing it.
For laser?
However, yes.
Okay.
The actual treatment itself did nothing for me. Like, I've gone through 2 full laser treatments, but my hormones are insane, so it did nothing. It didn't work for me.
Yeah. I did 2 straight years. Well, no, like 3 straight years of straight, like lasering my facial hair off. And it worked a lot, but I had some gray hairs and some stubborn pieces. And also when your hair's lighter, you don't get enough like contrast. It doesn't zap it as much. So then I had to switch to electrolysis. And that's what they sieve like a needle or something like into the follicle and electrocute the hair thing.
Yeah, I've never had the electrolysis, but have you ever had like a really bad experience with laser or anything?
Not really. I haven't. No. And that's the thing when you're talking about like the eyebrows, like if things go wrong, like, I mean, I'm sure I've had like a messed up like eyebrow wax or something. But have you?
Yeah. I've definitely had a few things go wrong at my beauty appointments. Like if it's my nails, I never, ever say anything. I don't have the confidence. I'm just like, okay, thank you. Like they could be crooked. They can be whatever. I'm just like, thank you. And I just leave. And then I go the 2 weeks hating my nails. And that's fine. My hair, however, I've had so many times, like even Paulo, the guy that's been doing my hair for like years, he will still get a text from me the next day sometimes, and I'll be like, I don't know, like now that I see it in a different light, like I don't know if it's the right color. And I feel like I'm able to kind of say something to him, but I have definitely left the hair salons before with my hair just completely butchered. And I've tried really hard, like the time when somebody cut my hair, they took off like 7 inches or something. They were supposed to take off the dead ends, and then they cut it and they put it around, and it was above my collarbone. And I was like, what is this? Like, that was my reaction. I was like, where's my hair? And he was like, well, you wanted the dead ends. I'm like, okay, like you could have, maybe mentioned that like, oh, my hair was dead before you cut it like that. So he could tell I just started crying because I was just shocked, and I got a discount. But I don't really know how to complain very well. I always just kind of question, and I'm like, oh, but most of the time I just take it and leave.
I hate
like,
the gaslighting.
Right?
Yeah. Are you traumatized from the experience of when I had to change your hair color for that like client, and then like it was like you didn't like it, the agent didn't like it. It was this whole other thing, and then we had to switch it back, and we were at the salon for like 9 hours.
It was like 12 hours. Yeah, they wanted me to have a full dark rooted balayage. My agent was like, "Go get a balayage, blah blah blah." We did it. We did exactly like the picture. I call her and she's like, "No, no, put it back." So I'm like, "Okay." And we had to put it right back because it was for an upcoming booking, or I had like a job that Monday, and she's like, "You can't go to the job with your hair like that." So I was like, "Okay," and then I had to like tell you.
Oh my God, that was a mess. I was like, wait, am I the problem? It's like that Euphoria like meme. It's like, is this story about me? Is this about us?
It's like, am I the problem? Yeah, am I the problem?
But at least
Oh
it
my
didn't gaslight you.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had to deal with it? Like, you would be on the other end of it too, dealing with
Yeah.
a complaint or a really fussy person like me.
Here's the thing. No matter how good of a service provider you are, it is going to happen. I've worked with some of the best, some of the best people in the industry. I know people who've gone to like very famous hair people who, you know, have had to go have a little like retouch, move a little something other another. It happens. And I think it's for the service provider to be understanding of that. And there is a level where it's just like, I can't do this person's hair. Like this is going to, there is a problem no matter what. It's like, if I can't make you happy, you need to go to someone else. Like there's a point where it hits that. And there also is people that will never be happy with anything that you ever do because they're very self-confident in themselves. But even like this last week, I had a client, I've done her hair a few times, and she sent me a message and she said, "Hey, like I feel like this is a little dark in this area and I want to add more." And there was actually a reason why I did it the way that I did it. But and I didn't even, so I was just like, I didn't even want to be like, well, I did this because of this reason or this, or it didn't even come off a little bit like I was gaslighting. I just simply said, okay, let's fix it. What's added in there? And then I always make sure that I let them know, like, thank you for letting me know, because I would rather.
Oh, see, that's so nice.
Yeah, because I always say I would rather fix a little something, do a little tweak, than you sit there for the next 2.5 months hating your hair and like boiling over, you know what I mean, like something that I did or whatever. I would rather you like call me or send me a message and just say, hey, and I would rather you leave 100% happy, even if you have to come back in.
And I think that that's great. And I think that, like, whenever I go to a provider or something and there's ownership and they're like, oh, like, I did, like, Paulo, there's been times where my hair's gone different or whatever. And I can message and be like, hey, I think it's like this. And he's like, okay, Bella, just come in and we'll fix it up. Like, it's not personal. Sometimes it could be, like, something with the chemical, or it could just be the lighting or something. But, like, the way that he just owns up to it, because that's what people want, and then they'll just keep going to you, because then there's that comfort level where, you know, a person can be honest with you as well, right? Like,
exactly.
There's nothing worse than just having them leave you on your own. Like when the guy just kind of laughed me off and gave me half my money back after he like chopped all of my hair off.
Oh
like
my
just
God.
left me for my own death.
Oh my God. That's so traumatizing. I had recently, oh my God, I cannot be exposing myself like this. Okay.
It's all coming out.
No. I had a client who is someone who is on TV regularly. They were about to film something, and she was like, I really want to do a big haircut. And so we talked about the haircut for a while. We agreed. Chris knows about this because I called her traumatized, like, I think, in the middle of it. But basically, we cut all her hair off into the bob. Well, there was a discrepancy over shoulder length. I was thinking like high shoulders, She was thinking low shoulders. And there was like maybe an inch or so discrepancy, but like when it is a short bob, like it's a big difference. And she was like working as I was cutting her hair. We have a great relationship like that. And she was like looking at the reflection of the computer, and she's like, just freaks out. And I'm like, oh my God. And she was like yelling from the bathroom, and she's like, oh my God, like just panicking. And she comes out and she's like, honestly, she's like, listen, I love you more than life, but I hate you right now. and I just was like, felt so bad. But then also this other side of me is like, I know like we have projects coming up, we have things on the books, like things are happening, like we're gonna have to figure it out. Like I'm like immediately into damage control. This is how my brain works, and I think this is how all people should work is in like solutions. Panic for a second. Solutions. What are we gonna do? I'm like, okay, well, we have these extensions. We can make this work. I already coming up with solutions. Like, what are we gonna do? Anyways, but it's gonna grow back in. It's like not that big of. It isn't that big of a deal. It wasn't like I cut 7 inches off. Oh, I did, but like it wasn't like that big of a difference. Like she wanted it short, but like. She called me later that night after like consulting with her like stylist for this trip that she was going on and for work, and she's like, every outfit I've tried on, I just look chic as hell in this haircut. She's like, I'm obsessed with this haircut. I don't want it to get any longer. Like, I love it. I love you. This is the best thing ever. You knew. And I was like, girl, psychically, I knew what needed to be done. That's what happened.
Amazing. But that's just it. Hold on 1 second. The kids are calling.
Oh.
Hold on. Hi.
Where are you?
I'm going to be there in 7 minutes, okay? Just wait at the basketball nets.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I love you.
Okay, love you.
Okay, keep your phone on because I'll call you. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, where were we? We were done with that, right?
Talking about... Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you gotta. Should we switch into highlights, lowlights?
Yeah, we'll just kind of race through them.
Okay. I forgot like some of the funniest parts about my bad service stuff, but like I was like, oh damn, I missed it.
That's okay.
But
That's okay.
okay, let's go into highlights and lowlights.
Do you have anything you want to add in, or do you want to just move on?
It's fine because it's gonna be weird that I bring it up after all of this, but maybe it'll come up some other time.
Okay.
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 Okay, I'll start back in with the highlights, lowlights.
Would you want to be like, oh, well, speaking of hair and highlights, what is your highlight?
It is related to. Okay, yeah. Okay.
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 Go.
Speaking of the beauty industry, oh my God! So my highlight this week is that my salon had their annual like summer pool party. If you listened to last week's episode, I was like, I gotta be there. I'm like already late. Like it's already happening. Like I gotta go. Listen, honey, she went out last Sunday. She had a day.
Yes.
Okay, she was down in the tequila. She was in a swimsuit, jumping in the pool. She had like a little like flashy like pool cover up outfit on with like all the jewelry. My coworkers were like, "Is this girl Zelda?" They were like, "Okay," and she lived. She really lived for this pool party. And then I don't know why I went out to the club. Okay.
Oh,
No, she hit the club after, okay? Didn't even go home to change out of the swimsuit and all this kind of stuff. She's like, it's sandals and like the cover up like stuff at the club, dancing, spinning around the dance floor, being a mess. And if you saw me, no, you did not, okay? No, you did not.
Where were your stories? Where were your Instagram stories for this?
The phone was locked.
You didn't post one.
The phone was locked. The phone was locked. There's a few videos on my phone that, like, here's the thing now is I've got to the point where, like, I'm not going to post it and expose myself anymore because it's not that we've moved brands a little bit, but but I will take video on my phone and save it and either like be too embarrassed to even look through the video the next morning, or I look back and laugh. Or then sometimes I'm like, I can post this.
Yeah, whatever. This one's on brand.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
what is your low light?
of course, the low light was me the freaking hangover. I didn't go through my normal nighttime like routine after I've drinking, which doesn't happen very often. But like, here's the thing: I schedule out. If I'm going to drinking alcohol, it is scheduled, it is planned. There's time according to be hungover, the whole mess. But it was a very rough morning. Like, it was a very rough morning because I don't think I went through like I didn't eat enough, I don't think. And I don't know. But still, it's just like, that's the low light. Like, it's just always like, no matter even just time I scheduled for it, it just sucks. You're like, man, why did I do this?
Did you wash your makeup off?
Probably not. But I think it probably got washed off in the pool. Or sweated off at the club.
Oh, yeah. I hate looking back on those days of all the nights that I would go to bed with my makeup on, and I'd wake up looking like a deranged prom queen, like just like my makeup like pouring down my eyes, all my pores clogged, like the worst.
What's your highlight,
well, that sounds fun. Okay, my highlight is London fog tea. I just had that today. I decided to do something, and it has sparked something in me, and I'm obsessed with it, okay? It is Earl Grey tea, vanilla flavoring with steamed milk. Do you have it in the States? Because I was looking it up, and it's actually a Canadian drink.
Well, I think putting milk in tea is very British. It's very British. I only see it with British people, to be honest.
What?
Yeah, like at the salon, when somebody is like, "Oh, will you add a little milk to my tea?" I'm like, they're British. Like, it is like it's the British people do it. It's very normal to them. Like Americans put like milk or whatever in their coffee. British people put like milk and stuff in their tea.
No, I'm shocked that it's like not a thing in the States. That's a very Canadian thing as well.
Yeah, no. I have met Americans that are like, "Oh yeah, we do this," but like, no, it's not. Like,
no, it's very popular here.
Yeah, and just tea culture's not as big here. Like, I grew up on like sweet tea, like sweetened iced tea, a little sweet tea on the front porch, but
sweet tea.
But no, like, I mean, I have a kettle now and I make tea or whatever, and there's stuff like that. But I really don't know many Americans that put milk in their coffee or milk in their tea. From my own experience.
Well, I think that the Americans need to try London Fog because it is so freaking good. I'm not really a tea person, but I got a new kettle and I don't know why, but it's just been like inspiring me to have all this tea. So I've been down to 1 coffee a day, which is huge for me because I'm talking like 4 to 5 coffees some days I would have. And I just, now that I have like a tea in the afternoon, like either a herbal tea or just like a black tea, I'm now a tea drinker in the afternoon. I'm like, is this my age showing? Like, is this what's just naturally happens when you age? I don't know. But my low light is that my little guys are so pissed with me right now because I'm going to LA. And they're mad at me because I'm leaving again, and now I'm having some like parental guilt, and I feel terrible. And I tried to make it up for them last night by like letting them stay up late so we can watch Stranger Things together. And no, they just reminded me this morning, like, "Oh, remember how you're leaving? Oh, Choo Choo, this is going to be your last morning getting us ready for school for October." I'm like, thanks. Thanks, guys. So that sucks because, I mean, normally when I'm traveling pre-COVID, pre-family life, it's just me. Like, I say bye to my family or my boyfriends, like, boom. But now I have, like, these 2 little guys that, like, actually rely on me and depend on me for not just, like, taking care of them, but all their fun and activities and play dates and all of that. And so Michael also has a wedding every 4 days in October, so I've picked the perfect time to leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm having some sort of like stepmom guilt, which is fun.
Yeah.
So, but she got to do what she got to do. Like, she's a working woman, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we have podcast to film. I've got things to do in LA. Like, it's happening.
Yeah. We got to
So.
continue with the street photography.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. It's a thing. I still have more photos coming out. So it's really fun doing it. But I think that's it, you guys. I think the next time that we put out an episode, we will be in person because I'm seeing Kyle in 2 sleeps and I'm about to steal her bed again.
Mm-hmm.
She's silent because she's like, bitch, you're not taking my bed this time.
No, you are. Yeah, I think that's all. We got it.
We got it. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.